let's freaking go. All right, folks, let's freaking go. We've got everything up that we need to be up, so we're all set. I've got the short stream up. Yes. I've got the Twitch stream up. Yes. Yeah, I'm busy these days. Well, trust me, I don't know when the last time you were around paying attention to this space, but things have only gotten worse. Okay? Here, let me turn the volume down real quick. Oh, wait, when was the last time that you were around these parts, partner? Because a lot has changed. I only managed to watch some late Resident. Okay, so you're at least caught up with what the dramas are and all of that stuff. All right. Well, Jesus Christ, cats. Sorry, cats just scared each other and it scared me. Why are all four of you guys in here all of a sudden? Oh shit! They're chasing him. They're chasing my boy. Poor guy. All right. So we don't have like any, there's no like hardcore plans today. I will start off though, while people are kind of filtering in, you know, I'm still keeping it mostly good. That I am, I find it so difficult to find accurate words to describe things that I do. I can accurately describe what other people are saying or feeling or anything like that when they, when I'm having a conversation. When it comes to describing anything about myself, even when it's not that deep, it becomes fucking impossible. But I have started a roadmap towards moving into the real world of politics, and I'm on a timetable, and everything is looking. It's not a rosy outlook, just given everything that's going on, but it is first steps. I'm starting to. How's it going, Baiko Kimaki? We're just doing some housekeeping before we get into doing any content. We'll get into doing content here in just a minute. Sondsol made contact with Soros? Yes, exactly. Actually, it's someone that frequents the Twitch politics space that I hit up. Are you an artist? Yes, but that's not what I do here on stream. You got your humiliation ritual on the timetable soon? Wait, what humiliation ritual? No. I'm taking steps towards working, more of a gamer and more of a political person. But yeah, I'm taking steps towards becoming a true DNC operative, and coming to terms with what that means for stream, because I'm not gonna lie, if I have to choose between stream or not only advancing my future but also fighting for fighting everything that's going on right now, which is all I ever fucking read about or think about, I'm gonna choose making an actual impact. But I also don't want to get rid of stream, both because I like some of the people, Resi, for example, right? I like Wick. I know Resi doesn't like Wick, but there are people that I like here. There's chatters that I like here. There's good connections in terms of, like media exposure if I end up working for a campaign or something like that. There's a lot here that I like. And right now, as it stands, until I do start making friends in the DNC clubs that I start going to, this is essentially my primary form of socialization. How's it going, Zyaro? So yeah, this is like my primary source of being able to interact with other human beings outside of work now, which is new. So don't want to give up stream. We're not giving up stream. The Masonic lodges. You know, you laugh, but there is a there's this monument I had never heard of. What am I doing? We're just chilling for right now. I'm always concerned that I'm going to accidentally show my location. So I'm just being careful on the other screen really quick while I pull up some pictures of this guy instead of going to the maps. Open image, a new tab. There we go. Yeah, there is a Mason's what do you call it? Like a monument to George Washington, not too crazy far. Isn't that weird? And like out front, yeah, there's this like giant fucking G. I already liked it. Like, thank you. I appreciate that. There's just like this giant Mason's G right there. Craziest stuff you ever seen. Anyways, so yeah, so that's I think that's it for any kind of like housekeeping news about me. I'm getting an actual like higher dosage of Vyvanse, so we'll be able to concentrate even more on stream, so that's good. And I have this up. Thank you, Nair, for reminding me. GW had slaves. They probably did. They're British. I'm probably going to buy some Warhammer and build and paint them on stream. Tomorrow, Era's live. I don't know who that is. But I was either going to go... Imperial Agents, what is that? Oh, is that just going to be like Inquisition? It's just sad because I can't expand my army any further because they just don't carry them. Vostroyan. It just doesn't even show up. Nothing even shows up. They just don't even have. That's so sad. Jesus Christ. Anyways, so I was thinking about buying some Warhammer guys, painting them, building them, painting them on stream. And so if anything not named Space Wolves is heresy, well, it will be a cold day in hell. The day that I buy something that's a fucking Space Wolf item. Please. Do they even have them on the web store anymore? No, they have Death Core of Krieg. They have Catechins. They got these stupid fucking Forge World models, but they don't have Vostroyans. I'm from Mexico? Oh, cool. I just moved away from Texas. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm either going to expand my Imperial Guard army, or I'll do Sisters of Battle. Although, I'm sorry, my woke cred might get dinged a little here. Their faces are like hyper fucking masculine, and I don't want to. I'm probably gonna have to get third party faces because Jesus Christ, like some of them do have like a. Well, what's his name? Bing Chiling. What's Bing Chiling's name? What's his fucking name? Christ is risen, Sondsol in chat. For those, that's the just general Christian greeting for Easter. Tariffs are awesome. Good troll, Sleepy, but you're not getting me, okay? Really? Do we not have... Can we not zoom in? Are you not allowed to zoom in on the... Oh, okay. Pfft, stupid. Yeah, so I'll probably either do Bolter Bitches or I'll do Imperial Guard. I can't... Are the ones on eBay look like Russians? Are you talking about Vostroyans? Because they are. I have a backlog of sisters kits, collectible figures. What do you mean? Send me pictures. I'll do that. Just shoot me some pictures on Discord. Because I've been thinking about doing more, like trying to expand out untouched sister kits. Yeah. I'll take them off your hands. If you're offering them for free, I'll take some sister kits. I'll build them. I'll paint them. I'll send them back to you. And I'm not a bad painter. $2.1K for buyout. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. You gonna have those kits? Based. Here, we'll look at that in just a second. Yeah, no, but these are my baby boys in the case that I'm just absolutely not going to bust out right now. But actually, there's one that is out. Hey, Bones, thanks for the sub.
Sondsol and the $40K spent on a set of figurines.
Here, let's see if I can... This guy's not painted super good, but... Here. Jesus. Holy shit, one sec. Let me see. Here. This guy's not painted super well, but I'm not going to pull out the giant case full of metal. See, they made of metal. Let's see here. Okay, zoom back out. All right, there we go. All right, so how's everybody doing? What do you think is the most difficult language to learn? I guess it depends on which language you speak as your native language. I think as an English speaker, the hardest languages to learn are like East Asian languages or some African languages, just because they use so many different sounds than we do. He's a nice fella. Look, that one looks dope. If you're talking about mine, that one was ugly as fuck. That one was slobbered with paint. Ugh. But I got some that are painted good, but I'm just absolutely not pulling it out because the thing weighs probably 20 pounds and it's under another case that weighs probably another 20 pounds. Any Ivory Coast language would suck to learn? Oh, I don't know dick all about African languages. Okay. Well, folks, we're going to start getting into some stuff now. So if you guys have anything specifically you want to go over, you can link it in chat, yada, yada, yada. In a couple of minutes, we're going to load up the Oblivion remaster or remake or whatever the fuck. Name every African country. I couldn't do that, but I could tell you how many there are. 54. They're the click languages. Oh, yeah, that would probably be pretty difficult. My dad wants me to have a talk with a flat earther he plays softball with. And that always sucks when someone's trying to get you to debate on their behalf. That's always rough. Russia's Trump painting is now revealed. What does that mean? Official portrait gifted by Russian President Putin to U.S. President Trump has been revealed. You've got to be kidding me. This can't be real. We've been playing GeoGuessr. How have you been, Sleepy? I haven't seen you or Zonia in a hot fucking second, like basically anywhere. Also, wow, that is a paint. It is a painting. You can tell that they're really trying to suck his dick. Here, let's get rid of this, this, and this. But anyways, yeah. So news is your boy's getting better medication, so that's gonna be good. We're likely gonna be doing some Warhammer building and shit like that on stream. The stream is likely going to be changing dramatically, but we just don't know what to do with what we're doing here. I say we as if there's anybody else helping me or planning with me. I'm doing something different with the channel because I'm going to be doing different stuff IRL. And I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have to interact with anybody else. I'm not sure. If I'm completely honest, I don't think that there's that many people that want to interact with me anymore, so I'm not too upset about it. Been doing a lot of film shoots and busy with that, and Zonia's been living like a retired explorer. The Sondsol protection team is very hard at work. True. I actually do, at my new big boy corporal job, one of my coworkers is trying to get me to be her producer for her podcast that she wants to set up, and I think that that's just grand. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna help her set up her podcast because she wants to do like what do you call them, Fresh and Fit, or the Playing with Fire Alex style content. Did I watch WrestleMania? I've never watched WrestleMania before in my entire life. Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Yeah, get me the fuck on Ozempic. Holy shit. Okay, what were we gonna do?
Today we are learning some new details following reports of Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth sharing some detailed military plans in a second Signal group chat that included his wife, a lawyer, and his brother. Multiple sources telling CNN Hegseth revealed strike plans against Houthi targets in Yemen, similar to what was shared in that other group chat, which came to light after the editor of The Atlantic was mistakenly added to it. We've also learned that Hegseth directly addressed the matter with President Trump during a phone call last night. Earlier today, the president defended Hegseth.
He's doing a great job. It's just fake.
Have you guys noticed that something will leak that's going to happen, and then the White House will viciously attack the media for fake news, and then 2 days later they do the thing anyways? Like that happened with walking back on the tariffs, and now it's happening with walking back tariffs on China, which is why the markets went up today. And I'm going to make a guess that it's going to happen with Hegseth. It just like keeps on happening with all of these different things. Suffice it to say, if the administration says that that never happened, or that this is an unsubstantiated rumor, suffice it to say, if they say that, you know it absolutely fucking happened. Okay?
News, they just bring up stories. I guess it sounds like disgruntled employees. You know, he was put there to get rid of a lot of bad people, and that's what he's doing. So you don't always have friends when you do that.
The revelation of a second Signal.
And the alternative is this. And this is going to be terrifying for conservatives. All right? The alternative is Trump actually thinks that this is a good idea to keep him around. That's the real meme. The real meme is if he thinks that it is a good idea to keep this drunk fucking freak in charge of our fucking military. That would be way worse. Mr. President, a second signal chat has hit the press, and we're not going to do anything about it because he's an excellent dude.
Chat emerging as some of Hegseth's closest advisors, several of whom were fired last week, are warning that the Pentagon has become dysfunctional under Hegseth's leadership. Both Hegseth and White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt railed against those accusations.
This is what the media does. They take anonymous sources from disgruntled former employees, and then they...
Oh, man. And, like, I almost... Like, the human being in me wants to feel bad. You know? The human being in me wants to feel bad because you can hear how desperate he sounds. You can hear the desperation in his voice as his voice cracks. Disgruntled employees.
Against those
You dumb shits vote for this? Don't... Who are you saying you dumb shits, all right? Don't point at me. I didn't vote for this shit, all right?
accusations.
This is what the media does. They take anonymous sources from disgruntled former employees, and then they try to slash and burn people.
And he's so... And, like, let me tell you what's extra fucked up. Every appearance I have seen him in the past, I want to say... I don't know how long it's been. It's been the last 2 appearances I've seen him in, right? I don't know how far apart they were, but he's drunk in both of them on live TV. He's drunk. The alcoholic guy that said that he was not going to drink another sip of alcohol while has this job is drunk right here in this clip, and he was drunk in the interview on Fox News. I think it was that I saw the clip from. He's a drunkard. And he's drunkenly messaging his brother and his wife and his lawyer top secret fucking military information.
This is what the media does. They take anonymous sources from disgruntled former employees, and then they try to slash and burn people and ruin their reputations.
Notice he doesn't actually respond to the criticisms, too. He just actually just says that, oh, they're just trying to take me down. He doesn't respond to the criticisms at all. What's wrong with being drunk? No, there's nothing wrong with being drunk. There's something wrong with being a drunk or being drunk in front of the national news stories while everyone's talking about you being an alcoholic and leaking top secret information to people. It's probably not a good time to be drunk.
The president stands strongly behind Secretary Hegseth, who is doing a phenomenal job leading the Pentagon. And this is what happens when the entire Pentagon is working against you and working against the monumental change.
Have these people never heard of, like, trying to work with other people? Like, they realize that they're going in a hostile manner, and then they're going to act surprised that people aren't fully on board with them raping our country? Shocker. Did y'all know that this woman is 27 years old? That shit fucking blew me away. I did not know she was 27. She has 40-year-old energy. I just want to hear his voice crack again.
This is what the media does. They take anonymous sources from disgruntled former employees, and then they try to slash and burn people and ruin their reputations.
The president stands strongly behind Secretary Hegseth, who is doing a phenomenal job leading the Pentagon. And this is what happens when the entire Pentagon is working against you and working against the monumental change that you are trying to implement.
With us now to talk more.
What leadership? What leadership? Everyone's working against me. Everyone's working against me, and it's making it so hard to get anything done that I want to get done because people are questioning if what I'm doing is legal, and people are questioning if what I'm doing is appropriate. I just want to do what I want to do when I want to do it without people asking me questions. These people are crybabies, dude. Jesus Christ. Yeah, imagine that. When you're in the game of politics, you kind of got to play the game of politics. When you're playing politics, when you're out there rising and grinding, you gotta work with people.
More about this is John Bolton. He served as national security advisor during President Trump's first term. How bad do you think this is, I wonder, having his wife, his brother, his lawyer included on what sources describe as military plans of these Houthi strikes, similar to what came to light during that first Signal chat scandal?
Well, I think after people got over...
Sorry, and they might have just said this and I wasn't paying attention. Has anybody said whether this Signal chat was pre or post the first Signal chat? Like, obviously it's being leaked after the first one was leaked, but did he make a second Signal chat and talk to other people after the first scandal broke? Or was this just like a continuation of the first scandal? Or is this a whole second scandal because he knew that he was doing something wrong the second time and he got caught again?
Over the disbelief at the first Signal chat group, it's no surprise there are others. What makes this one worse and different is that it's kind of a friends and family Signal chat group.
The friends and family top secret chat.
None of whom have any need to know what's been conveyed about potential strikes in Yemen before they actually happen. I mean, it speaks to a lack of judgment on Hegseth's part. And
allegedly on the same day. What kind of, like, I'm sorry, do y'all remember what the excuse people used was? Well, it's all of these officials who are all in the group chat and that's how they're communicating. And maybe they shouldn't have used Signal, but it was all people that were authorized to have it anyways, except for the journalists that got added in. If this happened on the same day, then they're not doing that. It means that they're making multiple group chats and they're sending it all over the fucking place, sending it to his wife, sending it to his brother, sending it to his lawyer. What purpose did those three people have knowing the time, manner, and place of United States military kinetic strikes? It's fucking retardation. Hegseth every day. Let's see. I have a feeling.
With the U.S. press, we're going to take 2 from the U.S., we'll take 2 from international, and then we'll go from there.
You have focused on what Ukraine is giving up. What concessions will Putin be asked to make?
Ultimately is guaranteed by strength of Europeans who are there prepared to back it up.
Right in the far right.
Regarding the new defense investment pledge. When you and President Trump...
Pardon me, sir. What we're going to take from the U.S. is Logan Rattick from Newsmax.
God, I hope it's actually... I hope he's actually drinking water right there and he's not taking sips of vodka. Oh. It's probably alcohol. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's fucking crazy. Conservatives, they rushed him onto the fucking scene, the Republicans in the Senate, knowing that he was an alcoholic. They knew that he was an alcoholic. And they took the alcoholic at his word that he would never drink again. the Republican Party, the defenses are either they're incredibly stupid or they're incredibly evil. They're either incredibly stupid in that they believed the alcoholic when he said, I'm never going to drink again if I get this job. And then that's it. That's the best case scenario for them, that they're retards. The other option is that they're evil. They knew that he was a drunkard, but they would never step out against Daddy Trump. So they would rather have an actual drunkard alcoholic stumbling over his fucking words in front of the press every single time he gets fucking questioned by them. All right. Leading our armed forces at a time when we're very likely going to be in a hot war with a near peer adversary in China. They chose to confirm the alcoholic who said, I'll never drink again if I get the job, because they're either retards or they're evil cowards who care about power more than they care about the longevity of the United States. Yes, he's a master of drunken kung fu. We're 2 minutes into this 23-minute video. Jesus Christ. And there's so much more that I wanted to get to.
And when you look at the controversy over the people recently being fired, by the way, all of whom are people he hired within the past
Which is
90
so fucking
days,
funny.
It really gives the picture of a Secretary of Defense who's a lightweight, a dilettante. And that's not the kind of person you want as a Secretary of Defense under any circumstances, but particularly not in the challenging environment we find ourselves in today.
Let's talk about some of those top aides who are gone. I think some of whom, were it not for Hegseth or someone like Hegseth being in the position he's in, would not have had the positions they had at the Pentagon. But Senior Advisor Dan Caldwell, Deputy Chief of Staff Darren Selnick, Chief of Staff to the Deputy Secretary of Defense Colin Carroll. What's the effect of departures at a high level like that?
Well, as I say, I think he was responsible for hiring all of them. I mean, I think he had connections with them. He also lost his own chief of staff, who is either being fired or moved somewhere else in the Defense Department. I think what it says to the rest of that very big building and its partners around the world that they're just not serious in the Secretary of Defense's office. They don't have their act together managing a very small group of people. How's somebody like that ever going to?
You have to understand that when you're going into these positions, you're going to be interfacing with the top level on Earth for whatever department you're going to be on, right? If you're in the military, you're going to be interfacing with the most high-level military individuals in the history of humankind. You're going to need them to trust you, and you're going to need to trust them. That's what leaders do. But if you have no trust, people are going to be unwilling to listen to you. If you just go in and you fire everyone that has any amount of, I don't know, experience, and you fill it up with loyalists, then you're just going to have a bunch of people who don't have the experience doing whatever the retard in the White House wants. The conservatives just don't have any human capital. They have low human capital. I started following that Richard Hanania guy so closely on Twitter because I just love his little journey describing MAGA. In conservatives, when he talks about low human capital, he talks about they don't put people who are the best and the brightest at the top. They don't glorify people who are smart, who are clever, who speak well, who know what they're doing, who have vision. They don't put people, they put people who test well on TV. They have people who are very entertaining to watch. But it's like the difference between watching a PBS documentary or watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians or Jersey Shore. Both have merit, right? Both have merit. One might be more appropriate for, you know, a business setting. About to grab at 8K. Politics is politics. That's true. Politics is politics. I've actually never heard a truer statement in my entire goddamn life. What the fuck?
A day when many of the stores.
Let's see here. What was the other thing that I had opened? Oh, I guess that was the only thing for Hegseth that I had opened. But yeah, I just think it's fucking ridiculous. Everything is just melting down around them, and all they can do is blame everyone else. It couldn't be their own lack of leadership qualities. It's just everybody else's fault. Everybody else's fault.
Stories we lead this program with on a daily basis are colliding in dramatic fashion today, thanks, of course, to Donald Trump and the wrecking ball he has taken to the United States' reputation as a pillar of both the global economy and global security. A crush of alarming economic headlines today. The International Monetary Fund is warning of a global slowdown thanks to uncertainty generated by Donald Trump's on-again, off-again tariff regime. Washington Post reports this, quote, Trump's double-barreled tariff plan, a 10% tax on nearly everything the U.S. imports each year, plus significantly higher levies on goods from dozens of nations, will hurt the United States and its trading partners, the fund said. As we have reported in recent days and weeks, Trump-fueled uncertainty.
You know what I've seen less of the past couple of days? I think that people have realized that the goals that people are, or whatever, you know, whatever the effect of the tariffs are going to be, people will have realized that they're just like completely all contradicting each other. Nobody knows what the actual purpose of the fucking tariffs are, right? I've seen less people being hardcore defending of the tariffs the past, I want to say, like 5 days. Because what? It's only been since the 14th? No, since the 2nd. It's been 20. Has it been 20 days? Yeah, Liberation Day was the 2nd. So the tariffs went on the 3rd. So it's been almost 20 days. Hey, thanks for the subscription, Glenn, Max, Muhando. Anyways, wait, hold on. I have a soundboard for that. Wait a second. Huh? Jesus Christ. I forgot that I had the soundboard. Anyways, so what was I talking about? Yeah, sorry about that. I forgot that one was like that. What was I just talking about? Oh, it's gone.
Has led to enormous volatility in the markets. News today that Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent told.
Oh, yeah. So, like, we have, like, crazy volatility in the markets. Nobody knows what's fucking going on. Nobody understands why we're putting the tariffs on. Because if we're bringing manufacturing to the United States, then it's not really helping us because every other country in the world is putting tariffs on us. And, you know, yeah, forgetting the purpose of tariffs. Yeah, it's hard to remember all their talking points because they're all just contradictory. You start forgetting everything. So, like, if we're trying to do it because we're trying to bring manufacturing back to the United States, why would anyone invest money in the United States to bring manufacturing back here when there's all these other countries putting tariffs on the United States? So if you built a manufacturing, or like a factory here in the United States, then the only market that you would have that would be tariff free would be the United States market. So that wouldn't be a good thing, right? That's bad for our economy. It wouldn't grow our economy, and it wouldn't lead to more jobs because no one would want to invest that money here in the United States because it would be one market that they'd be able to sell to. It's not, the art of the deal argument, because if it's the art of the deal, then why are we not responding to countries who are like Japan is putting out public statements saying that they're frustrated because they can't get us on the phone to figure out how to get the fucking tariffs taken off. They want to make the deal. Make the deal, Don. Or when Don says there's no possibility of the tariffs coming off, and then the next day saying it's good for negotiations. If they negotiate, then we'll take the tariffs off. And then the next day saying, yeah. We're not going to be taking the tariffs off of anybody. We're not going to be taking the tariffs off. We'll reduce them. The constant flipping and flopping back and forth is killing our economy. I cannot think, honestly, at this point, it is harder to think of something that someone would do if they were an enemy of the United States, something more that they would do. Like, actually, what if someone hated the United States, what more could they do? Or would they do? They've hurt our relationship with every single one of our allies, including our two closest ones, both geographically and economically. We've hurt our relationship with someone that we're responsible for, Ukraine, and we're hurting them by allowing their people to die without giving them more fucking missiles. Things have gotten worse for the people in Gaza, even though I was a big pro-Israel person. Seems like they got what they wanted, and they're continuing to go pretty hard, so things are getting worse over there. Trump malding he can't prosecute the Jan 6 committee. Why is it in Spanish?
Los venezolanos les robaron las elecciones. Maduro no es el líder legítimo. Ver la transparencia al gobierno.
Did you give me
If you were president, would you?
Okay.
I would do that. And I think I took care of every one of those things.
Yeah.
But I would do that, yeah.
What about J6? I'm sorry. What about the pipe bomber?
Yeah.
Ellos son terroristas. Esa persona que puso eso es un terrorista. Entonces, ¿cuándo vamos a saber quién era esas personas?
It's amazing when they don't give you the information. When they don't, you know they're not on the right. The pipe bomber is not a person on the right. It's a person on the left, okay? And, when I watch some of those people in the Capitol, our people don't carry ropes on their side and, this and that. Our people aren't scaling.
Are you going to get to the bottom of it? People
well, I would.
This was 3 days ago? What the fuck? There were literally people scaling the walls. Okay. Whatever the fuck.
Told investors that a trade war with China was unsustainable, sent stocks soaring. The Dow Jones up about 1,000 points after markets plunged yesterday. The overall picture for the markets remains cloudy, though. The Wall Street Journal is reporting today that the Dow Jones is on track for its worst April since the Great Depression. Let that sink in. Since 1932. As for Donald Trump, he may be on track to be more than just a 21st century Herbert Hoover. Investors are worried that what Trump has set.
Biden vindicated for the pardons? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I know that he was saying that he wanted to go after people. I haven't seen the interview, but I'm not going to sit there and suffer through it. It's just every single thing that people said he was going to do, he has done. And it's all of the things that people said not to worry about. Huh. That's not... Okay. What do you want? Everybody say hi to Waffles. Everybody say hi to Waffles. Oh my goodness. Yes, it is her. All right. There you go. Goodbye.
In motion is bigger than trade barriers. They're worried that he is unraveling an economic order that has for decades taken American stability for granted. The IMF's chief economist saying today, quote, the global economic system that has operated for the past 80 years is being reset.
I have not stolen anyone's cat. That is my cat, okay?
Trump, he may be on track to be more than just a 21st century Herbert Hoover. Investors are worried that what Trump has set in motion is bigger than trade barriers. They're worried that he is unraveling an economic order that has for decades taken American stability for granted. The IMF's chief economist saying today, quote, the global economic system that has operated for the past 80 years is being reset. The U.S. effective tariff rate has now surged past levels reached at the turn of the 20th century.
Why are people... What was that framing?
They're worried that he is unraveling an economic order that has for decades taken American stability for granted.
It's taken America... Like, we're taking it for granted? Yeah, we weren't taking it for granted. It was granted to us. It took them coming in and intentionally destroying it for it to go down. This isn't a mishap. This isn't, oh, our hubris. We got too big and now we must fall. This isn't that. This is us shooting ourselves in the kneecap and us falling over and saying, oh man, we should have seen ourselves. We should have seen this coming. We were always going to fall over. What a fucking stupid thing. Damn, now that is a head of hair. Non-smoker. Are you talking about me or are you talking about this lady? Because I have less hair now than the last time you interacted with me.
IMF's chief economist saying today, quote, the global economic system that has operated for the past 80 years is being reset. The U.S. effective tariff rate has now surged past levels reached at the turn of the 20th century. Beyond the tariffs themselves, the surge in policy uncertainty related to trade.
1 second. Okay. Okay, Kat. Is it me that you want? What is it that you want? You're going to have to either choose to sit in my lap or you're going to have to choose to be away from the microphone. Me? Yeah, no. Last time me and you interacted, I had hair that went down to my ass, and now I have shorter hair that doesn't even reach my shoulder anymore. Sag. So, but I appreciate it.
Trade policy, but also more broadly, is a major driver of the economic outlook. Behind that quote, surge in policy uncertainty.
Hold on. It's not balding losing hair. It is losing length, okay? I am very, very confident in my hairline. It has not moved in years. We're fine.
Phrase I'm going to steal. A Trump administration defined by its man-made instability. New York Times reporter Luke Broadwater writes in the Times today that, quote, the veneer of a more disciplined White House has begun to crack. And it's not just the uncertainty around Trump's imposing and then lifting tariffs that makes the Trump administration and by extension our entire country look and feel unstable. It's not just Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's recklessness with military attack plans. It's not just the war with the country's oldest and richest university, which reportedly began with a letter from the Trump administration that was sent by mistake. It's not just Elon Musk's slashing and burning indiscriminately of government agencies or...
Like, it's all just a fucking joke. Move across the fucking country to be near this shit. And instead of the West Wing, I get fucking Beavis and Butthead. Fuck. So Cold approves of your hairline. Is there just like a really big delay on stream right now? Because I talked about that a while ago. I voted for Butthead. Based. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, we're going to rapid fire through some stuff really quick because I want to play the Oblivion game. I want to see it.
Steal this election. We're going to cancel it so that they don't have a chance to steal the election. So there will be no election this year. We're going to just skip it until we can root out these evil Democrats that have tried to destroy our electoral system.
I should read
Say
this
Trump
too.
does that. Dave Potra says Trump never said anything like that. We're asking our lines, right? We're discussing a possible event in the future. If this happens, it's a hypothetical, right? If he does this, or any administration does this, if Biden had done this, if Biden had said, well, you know what, Trump's a felon, and I just don't think we're going to have elections this year, right? So if you want to flip the script, make it a Democrat in your mind, if that helps you internalize, or I guess if that helps you kind of come to grips with the question I'm asking, by all means, right? But that's a question for you. One's in chat, if this is a line for you. If a president canceling the elections, is that enough to say, okay, we got...
Oh, I'm like 10 minutes behind. Oops.
Absolutely think that's a line. So let's keep going.
You have been invited to Pete Hegseth's Mexico invasion chat. Thank you for bombing with Whiskey Leaks. Whiskey Leaks. Oh, that's cruel.
This was what a lot of the January 6ers thought. The January 6ers thought in their heads they committed fraud, and it was a line for them. And they broke into the Capitol building, beat up a bunch of cops, did a bunch of bullshit.
Here's my thing. When it comes to the January 6th thing, there was that argument at the beginning when, when everything was still so fresh. Like, well, if you genuinely thought that the country was being stolen, you would probably do the same thing. It's probably like like they are obviously in the wrong, but like, was it justified? Was it not justified? Like, and then now it's very much like, no, you were fucking stupid if you thought that the election was stolen legitimately. If you thought that, you're fucking retarded. And then if you tried to overthrow the government because of that, you're extra retarded.
Shit, right? Tried to stop the count, tried to overthrow the election, all that. It was a line for them. That was a line for them. Is it a line for you, dear viewer? One's in chat. If that's a line for you.
Just like the COVID lab leak theory, Sondsol. Yeah, and then there's people like still soying out at me on Twitter about that whole thing. Did y'all see that the Trump administration put out something to like say that lab leak theory is absolutely what happened 100% and we have the proof? And then when you go on there, it doesn't give any definitive proof whatsoever. How fucking insane.
If you knew that the government actually stole the election, actually committed fraud, actually stuffed ballot boxes with fake ballots from fake people.
Stupid.
I don't think that's a 2 for me, gang. I think that's a no. But again, this is a matter of scale, right? Or is it locking, like if they had locked up...
I like how they cite the CIA who say they have low confidence. Yeah, I know. All right. Well, here's what we're going to do, folks. Start. If you're in the Discord, post it in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, post it in the chat. If there's stuff that you guys want to go over, please link it. We will go over it. likely going to go over some new stuff, but I do have an iDubbbz thing.
Hey guys,
Oh, please stop. Haven't seen this yet, so we'll look at this. We'll look at the Wick thing here, probably a little bit more, and maybe we'll try and jump into... I've been feeling the itch to get into some conversations, so if Wick opens it up for discussion here in a minute, then we'll likely jump on that. But give me a couple of seconds. I'm going to run to the pisser. Do we have... background music? Do we have background music? No. Hold on. Hold on. Hold your fucking horses, people. All right. Watch this for a second while I run to the pisser. Well, if it decides to play. All right. Be right back. The moment I saw the stream, an old injury in my right ear started flaring up. I think it's a sign. Based. Stick around. Maybe you'll be able to get an insurance claim out of it. Okay. Where is it? Okay. Got that. Got that. Let's make it to where people can see everything that we're going to be doing. One second. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. All right.
In here, I never thought in a million years that these people, as much as I did.
Oh, wait, hold on. I bet you the intro of this game is going to be hella loud to chat, so. That's not what I wanted. I want the volume mixer. Damn, is that really as loud as I'm going to be able to get this thing to go? That's rough. Okay.
Dislike them would intentionally include a swastika and a...
Were you not impressed with iDubbbz into... I actually haven't seen it yet. You know what? If you want to link that, link it. We can go over that too.
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. Behold, in darkness, a doom sweeps the land. This is the 27th of last seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the third era and the final hours of my life.
Oh! Soy, 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 soy. It's the music. Oh, it's just like Skyrim, guys. Oh, guys, is that the Imperial? Oh my, guys, is that the Imperial City? Oh my God, guys. Oh my, look at the fidelity. This is the College of the Wizards. Guys, oh, it's the prison, it's the prison. Oh my God, guys. Ah! Okay, hold on, before we, let's see what all the races look like. Okay. People were super unhappy. Okay. 1-to-1 my IRL face or Riot. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea because that's not going to work out good for me. Okay. Ugh. Both because I'm ugly and because I'm artistically challenged. So I'd be both ugly and not accurate. It'd just be ugly in the wrong direction. Let's see here. I see a lot of people freaking out about the Khajiit and the Argonians. The Khajiit and Argonians finally look normal. I still don't like them. I'm not a fan of Argonians or like beast races at all in any game. I never play them. Because I'm racist and I like playing as humans, because I'm a human supremacist. I need to stop before I dig myself into a deeper hole. Anyways, yeah. So I'm kind of. What is the origin? Oh. Huh. High elves. What should we play as, guys? I'm thinking... I always either play as a Breton or a Imperial. Let's just go with Imperial. And we'll... I don't particularly care right now to do the whole... Huh. What does that mean? Oh, woman or man. I'm make the Giga Chad face. Here's the thing. I'm really bad at that sort of stuff. And if I end up doing a Monster Factory style thing, it would probably not be funny. I'm just going to tell you right now. Probably just simply wouldn't be funny while I'm sober and in a call by myself. That's just the reality of it. So, we're not going to be doing that. I know better than to put you guys through torture like that. One second, let me get this and this. All right. Only thing I might change is the hair. Mustache. Yeah, we're just gonna go. It doesn't really matter to me. Proficient with heavy armor, but is that what I want? What other characters are there? Mustache made it gay. Recommend. Okay, we'll go with the... gay fireman look. The 5 o'clock shadow looks like shit, doesn't it? Jesus Christ. We're gonna keep the 5 o'clock shadow. Nah. Is that even supposed to be 5? I can't even tell. I'm gonna take it off. Okay. Overview. That's me. Continue. Let's go. All right. Once we get through the dungeon, then we'll...
Oh, look. An Imperial in the Imperial prison. I guess they don't play favorites, huh? Your own kinsmen think you're a piece of human trash. How sad. I bet the guards
yeah, village person night. Okay, we'll take a bite off of the old
that's right.
edible.
You're going to die in here, Imperial. You're going to die. Imperial criminal scum like you give the Empire a bad name, you see. You're an embarrassment. Best if you just disappear. Hey, you hear that? The guards are coming. For you.
Behind us. that, sire. The messenger only said they were attacked.
No, they're dead. I know it.
What's this prisoner doing here? This cell is supposed to be off limits.
Usually.
I remember... Jesus Christ. Where's the fucking audio? That seems fine. I remember how disappointed I was when the first what was it? What do you call it? When Elder Scrolls Online came out. Because the graphics kind of looked like this, which is making me a little nervous.
We'll mix up with the watch.
Never mind. Get that gate open. Stand back, prisoner.
It's not that they're bad, it's just that I don't have... not a big fan of the style, I guess.
Good. Let's go. We're not out of this yet.
You. I've seen you. Let me see your face. You are the one from my dream.
Oh no, did they get rid of the...
stars were right. And this is the day. Gods give me strength.
No, never mind.
Assassins attacked my sons, and I am next. My blades are leading me out of the city along a secret escape route. By chance, the entrance to that escape route leads through your cell. I am your emperor, Uriel Septim. By the grace of the gods, I serve Tamriel as her ruler. You are a citizen of Tamriel.
Did they revoice everything?
way.
Because how did they get the what's his name again?
Perhaps the gods have placed
I always
you
forget
here
his
so
name.
that we
The bald
will
man,
meet. As
Professor
for what
X.
you have done, it does not matter. You will find your own.
Please, sire, we must keep moving.
Patrick what
Better
though?
not
I knew it
close
was
this
Patrick,
one.
but I didn't.
There's no way to open it from the other side.
Don't try anything.
Looks
I'm
like this
watching
is your
you.
lucky day. Just stay out of our way.
Patrick Stewart, that's right.
Stay back, prisoner.
Okay, someone said that there was like Dark Souls inspired combat.
Protect the Emperor.
The captain's down. Do your worst. My sword for the dragon. You're pathetic.
For the Emperor! Take him down.
Oh my god. Whoa, they do so much damage compared to me. What the fuck? That's not fair.
She's dead. Sorry, sire, but we have to.
How could they be waiting for us here?
Don't know, but
There's
let's try to
trouble
go back
ahead.
now. Don't worry, sire. We will get you out of here.
They won't be the first to underestimate the blades. I'll take point. Let's move.
You stay here, prisoner. Don't try to follow us.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so people lied. It absolutely has no Dark Souls style combat whatsoever. Should have played Morrowind instead. I tried to play Morrowind like for 3 or 4 days on stream and nobody wanted to fucking watch. So I gave up. Oh, I thought he was still alive. Oh, man. Oh, I should have read the instructions. I don't understand. Do I have to hold it? Oh, I have to hold it. That was the issue. Okay. All right.
A call out. I really wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, but if you watch this entire video, you will come to the same conclusion I did, which is that this is almost certainly an intentional dog whistle. These guys knew exactly what they're doing. Well, listen to what I have to say, and then you guys can tell me in the comments if you think I'm being dramatic or not. To be fair, this sword belongs to this dude, Ichigo. And he's got a badass sword. Got like a Hindu symbol, which they also fuck with the Swazi over there. Not in like, you know, the anti-Semitic way, just in the vibes way, right? So, I mean, here's what it looks like in the anime. And I mean, that's right. That's a swastika. Those Nazis really ruined what was otherwise a really cool symbol, right? But the Hindus use this, Buddhists use this. It's not just the Nazis. And that's the reference that they're making on Bleach. So here's the first conversation that we have about the sword on the podcast, and you'll notice just how gracious I am. You know what I mean? I would never dream to be serious. I would never. Here's our first convo about it. Maybe he is and he doesn't care. I don't know. They had a sword that looked like a swastika in the video. I know it's an anime thing, but maybe we'll be a little more careful.
I said that this morning too.
Let me pull that up. I know that the chances that they did on purpose is close to zero, right? So I'm not accusing them. But like, just be a little more aware next time.
Why would they have that though? Like, I feel like you buy that, you take one look at it, you go, maybe not.
I got no clue. That
it's not actually a swastika. It just looks like a swastika.
Pretty damn close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's from
it's from an anime.
Can you send it?
Oh, it's from.
This is one thing. I'm sorry. I don't agree with Ethan. I've been watching people just like absolutely torch Ethan and Gila for the past week because of this content cop. But I saw Rezi talking about this the other day, and I typed in his chat not realizing that it was like 20 minutes 20 minutes behind on the VOD. But I said that I think that H3H3 is I think that they're sympathetic characters in this, in my opinion. I think they are crashing out. That no fucking doubt about that, okay? They're absolutely crashing out. But the question for me is, like, do we understand why they're crashing out? And I guess I do understand why they're crashing out. I've probably been in that situation where it feels like all of the people that you thought were your friends online suddenly are coming out against you and attacking you kind of fucking viciously. So if you're, if you've been around my stream for any amount of time, you probably know what I'm talking about there. 1 second. I just realized on the shorts stream, they don't got the actual video. So let me get that up for them. But yeah, I think that, despite everything, despite all of the crash out, despite all of the, unfortunate, fighting and all of the unfortunate shit that's been said back and forth, I understand where Ethan is coming from. And the fact that people think that he is just wholly in the wrong here, it's so abusive. It is so abusive. And that's why it bothers me so much. I really don't care that much about this drama, all like in totality, but what gets me coming back every time, all right, what gets me coming back and watching more stuff about Ethan and Hassan is Ethan is so obviously like didn't start this, so obviously didn't do anything wrong at the beginning besides be Jewish, be Israeli, and say, hey, like, maybe there's like a softer way to talk about, You know, just like the concept of Israel. Maybe there's a softer way to talk about it than, you know, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. And everybody shat on him and his wife for that since the ending of not Bridges, that's the Destiny one. What's this one called? Frenemies. No, that was a different one that he did. Whatever the name of the podcast was that him and Hassan did.
Bleach, okay.
And so what I was going to say is, like, even though I think Ethan is a sympathetic character, maybe not a perfectly sympathetic character, but sympathetic character nonetheless, I think that this right here is kind of fucking stupid. He has a sword from Bleach. Leftovers, that's right. It's still not free. Hey, that thing got ass blasted with lasers, okay? You don't get to say it's not free. It's gone. But, yeah, leftovers. Are you lying? Ethan attacked first by disagreeing with Hassan? Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like, I just think that he's a sympathetic character. I think that, like, watching someone get... 1 second. That's right. Go. I'm gonna let them kill the zombie for me. Oh, fuck. Anyways, yeah. I think that for all of the shit that I've been giving for the past couple of weeks, especially the past couple of weeks, towards conservatives and Republicans and how much I fucking hate them, like, I don't want people to forget that the far left in this country are just as fucking bloodthirsty and cruel as conservatives are. It's just that conservatives, number one, don't seem to care as much about, like, sounding evil when they do it. And what do I disagree with Ethan on? The katana stuff? Yeah, the Bleach thing is stupid as fuck. It's just stupid. But fuck, you got me. Are you guys still hostile to me? No? Okay, then I won't attack you. If you're not hostile to me, I'm not going to kill one of God's creatures. But yeah, no, anyways, yeah, Ethan, he's a dude, and all of his friends just, like, turned against him and have been attacking him for the past year and a half. I think I can sympathize with that. I think that his position wasn't, like, too insane at the beginning. I don't know if it's changed, but I'm pretty sure it's been the same, which is just, like, I think Israel deserves to exist, just like I think that it's fine that it exists, but they should be nicer to Palestinians. So, well, if it's not Republicans and Democrats, but it's a narrative put into your head. No, that is a narrative that was put into my head, and I broke out of it. I grew up, and I realized that it is the Republicans, actually. Actually, yeah, it's the Republicans. Yeah, my growing up moment was getting over the, why are we playing the blame game? Democrats, Republicans, they're all the same. Bad. And working for corporate greed. But me and my ideology, we're different. Two-party is dividing your mind? No, it's not actually. I used to be heavily against the two-party system, and I am against the two-party system, but right now, when we're looking at all the problems that are happening in the United States, fixing the two-party system is like walking up to a guy that has 15 gunshot wounds in his gut and then saying that he scratched his knee on the way down and putting a Band-Aid on that. You know? People fall for the narrative and fall in line. Well, be surprised that that's simply not the case here. So, anyways, we'll continue listening.
To bleach my mind of this video.
not going to say that they're
But
most genocide.
Probably should have picked a different katana for the photo.
Ian posted this to Twitter, okay, with a katana.
Listen, he's just embracing his new audience.
With the least anti-Semitic people on Twitch. Zoom in on the hilt. Dude, you're being an activist. You're wearing a Palestine scarf, which is great. But don't do it with, like, look how close the swastika is to the Palestine scarf. Like, bro, how are you doing? Who are you helping here, man? We don't want to see swastikas this close to Palestine scarves, right? That's sending the wrong message. But okay, you're our white savior, Ian. I defer to you. Is he a fan of Bleach? That would at least explain why he owns this one. And well, here is our what we found. So is Hassan a Bleach fan that just thinks this sword is cool? He likes the character. That's why he bought it, even though it looks like a swastika.
Oh my God! What happened? I fucking hate when you're right.
Yeah, I assume there, like, I can think of like 5 explanations, even if Hassan doesn't publicly state that he likes Bleach. I can think of like 5 reasons why he would have that sword. Someone gifted it to him. He got it at an anime convention. Actually, I can think of 2. I can think of 2 reasons that he would have. Yeah, he's just a Luffy fan. Fuck. I could think of 2 reasons. A gift, or he saw it at an anime convention. Maybe he bought it for someone else and he just has it in his room. It sounds like I'm making jokes to make it seem like he actually bought it for the swastika reason. I don't think that that's why he bought it. To be absolutely clear, I do not think that that's why he bought it. I assume he's either a fan of Bleach or just like generally a fan of anime. Is 2A Republican? No, it's constitutional.
Right, bro.
Me?
What?
Open what I just sent.
Holy shit, dude. Everybody listen up. This is big.
S tier. Wait, I don't even know who that guy is.
That's Isaac, Bleach.
Oh, I don't watch Bleach.
Doesn't watch Bleach. Now, this video's from 8 months ago, right? So, I mean, listen, it's been almost a year. So we continue to look to see, hey, is he a fan of Bleach? This one's from 4 months ago, which is pretty dang recent.
I was like, it's play on the...
Does it get worse? Does it get worse? Oh, God. Is this even more recent?
It's much more recent.
This is... No, this is from 4 months ago. No, what does he say?
Do you watch Bleach? I do not. I do not.
So 4 months ago, he's not a Bleach fan. I'm trying to find any out, right? Like, there's no way that they would intentionally use the sword with the...
If he doesn't watch Bleach, like, I've watched Bleach, that's why I know what that sword is. If he doesn't watch Bleach and he doesn't know what that sword, why does he have that? Because I've seen that sword in the background. I wondered, like, damn, I'm sure he loves Bleach. If he doesn't know anything about Bleach at all, like, I'm sure he has a good reason for having it. Okay, I'm still maintaining that. It's probably still a totally normal. I don't think that the guy bought a fucking swastika sword because it has a swastika on it. I'm sorry. I do not think that that's what happened. Why? It's like there's an arc. I don't understand where I'm supposed to aim with this thing. Do you like the war arc? What is the war arc?
The swastika. Now, this clip is from today, and I want to show you guys just how, like, I so want to give them the benefit of the doubt on this. Sword with a swastika hilt.
Well, I've been informed repeatedly that it's a Buddhist swastika.
I'm sure it is, Dan. and is Hassan a big fan of Bleach, we establish?
What we established is that 4 months ago he was not. It's possible that he binge watched the fuck out of it in the last couple months. It is possible.
If that's what happened, it started with the hilt and inspired him to watch it.
I still think it's a
Thousand Blood War. Are you talking about Bleach? Oh, I didn't watch too much. I watched the first 3 seasons. No, I watched the first 4 seasons, and then the 4th season was such dog shit ass that I stopped watching. And play parts of Hitler's speech when you swing it. That would be... Make the mod. Make the mod, Nair. Okay? Hello? Oh.
Poor coincidence, but it also is just like, come on. Did nobody look at this? Did nobody look at this at all?
Do I think any of them actually like wanted to put a swastika in the photo? No, no. I don't actually think that. Do I think that it's insane that they didn't catch that there's a swastika? I mean, somebody at some point must have noticed the hilt of that is a swastika.
Or maybe after they posted it and then everybody pointing it out, maybe you just take it down and post a different photo.
Nope, it's still
I assume
up.
you took quite a few. You know?
It's still up. Well, guys, pay attention because this came out right after the show ended. And I gotta say, guys, I don't think there's going to be a single person left watching this that has any doubt about what's happening. Here he is buying the sword at an anime expo.
I want the normal, this one. The normal one without the... This one's sicker. Wait, that's a little sus.
So he points to the swastika hilt and says that's a little sus. At this point, I feel like you can pretty much conclude that he was talking about the shape of the swastika. Although I think that Hassan fans and Hassan himself would still deny it, saying it's a Buddhist symbol. I was talking about something else, whatever, yada, yada. Well, guys.
Hold on. Are they playing dumb and saying... Are they... Tell me that I'm not misunderstanding. Okay? Tell me that they're not playing dumb and saying it doesn't even look like a swastika. Because that's not what he just said, right?
I think that Hassan fans and Hassan himself would still deny it, saying it's a Buddhist symbol. I was talking about something else, whatever, yada, yada. Well, guys, here's another one from July 2023.
Immediately goes for the swastika one. Got it.
I like this already much better. You're the one who owns this. Do you remember when we did that designer clothes stream? Oh yeah.
Sorry, Hassan, can you say that one more time for me?
That's a back. That's like a bag.
Oh okay.
Yeah. Immediately goes for the swastika one. Got it.
I like this already much better. You're the one who owns this. Do you remember when we did that designer?
That's a great point. He is the one that owns it. So, I mean, guys, what are we doing here? So we've confirmed that even as far back as 2023, he knew it was the swastika sword. I tried to get him out of this, every step of the way.
Well, I wanted to see what he says after that. What's the title of that video? Hasanabi, July 2nd, 2023. Hasanabi, July 2nd, 2023. No, we're not going to be able to find this because he doesn't show that where the timestamp is. We just know it's somewhere in this vicinity. Maybe not. Oh, this is July 17th. Why is this July 17th? July 2nd.
Fingers and your thumb and cut it with a blunt. This.
No.
This one's really.
Asking you from.
Someone's.
Skip forward.
I didn't watch.
Wait, what the fuck?
How's everyone doing? No, when you were doing your sword fighting in Japan, you were streaming that? That's pretty cool. I didn't watch it though, so I just can't believe people like on Twitch girls can't take their clothes off. As
1 second. How far does it look like he is into it? Not that far.
man, are you allowed to take your shirt off?
Yeah.
And they don't care. On Twitch.
This is not gonna. I don't think it's gonna work.
I feel.
Christ, that was scary.
Take this anyway, bro. Without like cutting your hands off.
That was. It's not how you're supposed to do that. I actually don't know. Here, let me get it.
Here we are.
Just put it back in.
I can't.
Let's see when he picks it up.
God. Do you hear this fucking guy? Yeah. The access to your.
The kimono?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. How else are you gonna have easy access to your weapon? Duh. This guy. Do you hear this fucking guy?
Yeah. I've never watched anime before. I don't know.
God.
I don't know how belts work.
That's a back. That's like a bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It immediately goes for the swastika one. Got it.
I like this already much better. You're the one who owns this. Do you remember when we did that designer clothes stream? Oh, yeah. This is like a sick version of that where we get weapons.
Yeah. So now you can put that in there. The problem with the Trafalgar Law one is that is like a little loose. It comes off, but... Here.
This is sick. How do I even take it?
Oh, fuck. Okay, Jesus Christ, that was scary.
Take this anyway, bro. Without like cutting your hands off.
That was... It's not how you're supposed to do that. I actually don't know. Here, let me get it.
What do you...
Just put it back in?
I can't.
Okay, well, I thought that he was maybe going to respond to the fact that he said, well, you're the one that owns the swastika sword, but he didn't, so I guess we're just fucked on that one.
Swastika sword. I tried to get him out of this, every step of the way. But here is, and I mean, is it a coincidence that Ian really shaved his head just before doing this video and he's holding a swastika one? I mean, free Palestine, really, bro? The movement doesn't need this, okay? We can free Palestine without being a Nazi.
Me, on the other hand, I look so cool.
I have some dope attire on.
Yeah, did you buy this here?
Yeah, I was buying another one that was black because I thought it matched my outfit, and it had a swastika, and I was like, oh.
Ludwig saw the sword, and he's like, oh, it has a swastika. So clearly, it's the first thing everybody notices about this sword. It's not subtle at all. So, guys, what do we think? Right? I mean, what do we think? What do we think? Okay.
What do we think,
yeah, fuck you guys too, okay? How about you fucking Nazis? How about that? Guys, if you got an alternate theory, please let me know. But as far as I can tell, this ain't no coincidence. And by the way, he's holding it in such a way that makes the swastika pretty apparent. Why did you choose that one, buddy? Well, this is the white savior, Ian, who's just found empathy, unless you're Jewish, of course. Someone should explain this, because it does not look good. This is your friend, Ethan Klein, saying, Jews will not replace us. Oh, sorry, I think that's Ian's line. Saying good night and farewell. Thanks for watching.
Wowzers. That was crazy. All right, let's see. Now, real quick, I am curious. Oreo believes the sword thing? Oh, man, come on.
The normal one without the... This one's sicker.
No, not really, Tron.
That's a little sus.
No way, dude. No fucking way. He gestures.
What do you mean, no sound? Do you mean to tell me that I've been streaming this entire time and nobody on the short stream told me that there's no sound? Add desktop audio?
down toward it. This.
How about now?
No way, dude. No fucking way. He gestures down toward it. This one's sicker, dude.
That's a little sus.
It's sus, bro. Why is it sus?
Questionable.
Bag. Oh, okay. Yeah. Immediately goes for the swastika one.
It was on purpose. They did it on purpose. I'm sorry. I think they did it on purpose. That's my personal opinion.
Oh, hold on. I thought that they were saying that it was anti-Semitic because of the fact of owning it. They're just saying that it's inclusion specifically. Oh, that could absolutely be the case. That could absolutely be the case. Hold on, I got to think about that now.
They knew it looked like a swastika. It was on purpose. They did it on purpose. I'm sorry. I think they did it on purpose. That's my personal opinion. They knew it looked like a swastika, and they posed with it. Dude, they did it on purpose. No, that's how I view it now. That's my personal opinion on this. It's a dog whistle. Dude, these guys... Dude, I'm sorry, bro. We've watched videos where people have called me dog whistler and shit like this for fucking years by these exact types of people. They took a fucking situation where they're being called anti-Semitic, and they posed with a sword that they view as the swastika sword. That was on purpose, 100%. Do not even argue with me about this. This is ridiculous.
Immediately goes for the swastika one. Got it.
I like this already much better.
Wow.
I could see an argument for that being a thing now. I could see an argument for that being a thing now. And that's sad. Jesus Christ. Oh. Okay. Well. Also, if he doesn't watch Bleach, the sword is only a swastika sword in his head. Yeah, I know. That's we were talking about that earlier before you got here. Okay. 1 second. I wanna keep my eye on this Wick stream. I want to see if he
steal this election. We're going to cancel it so that they don't have a chance to steal the free press. Barry Weiss co-founded it. She's one of those IDW people, the intellectual dark web or whatever. One of those heterodox folks, Trump supporter, etc., or at least not a Biden supporter, but like one of those like, oh, I'm a centrist type of people, but like an actual centrist, not like me.
Sorry, I just realized I wasn't even listening. I just realized that the chat turned off for me for some reason. I haven't been seeing Twitch chat. Okay, now I'm seeing it. Okay, you said this. Watch this for normie content. Okay, we'll consider it, okay?
It isn't the New York Times. It isn't the Associated Press. It isn't any of these liberal magazines or whatever. It is a fairly centrist to right-wing publication, in my view. When you got that coming out, when you got the New York Post putting out pieces on your tariffs sucking ass, okay? When you got... It's just...
Yeah, it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. Sorry, Wick. You lost the election, so you don't deserve to have a country anymore. Okay, we'll go over that here in a second. Man, you know, I've said this before, and it's only gotten truer with time. I miss the days when you could just go on to Twitch or YouTube and see, oh, look, here's a, you know, here's 5 or 6, what do you call them? Other streamers who are willing to have a conversation right now, or just to chill and hang. Let's see here. How much of the missing dim votes from 2020 do you think was pure left-wing Mike from PAs? Probably not as many as people like him would like to think. You know? I'm very interested to see, once I get my little info gathering session this past week. I want to see how deeply embedded into the party apparatus the cringe retard bullshit like Mike from PA stuff is in the Democratic Party. I'm curious because it seems like every Democratic person that I've ever met, anyone that like works in the DNC, seems like they fucking hate those kinds of people. Call Wick, he's crying. Why is Wick crying?
This election, we're going to cancel it. Nope, I'm here to talk. He can jump backstage. Yeah. DM him or message him. Do I want to talk to Sondsol? If he wants to, what does he want to talk about? I talk to Sondsol, sure. What does he want to discuss? Is he banned on Twitch? Sondsol, hold on. They told me that you're crying and that you were banned. You don't have anything to discuss? Do you want to just rant? I don't. Look, are you having a problem? Like, do you need help? They're telling me that, okay, Nair Socks, whether he's lying or not, I don't know. But Nair Socks said that you wanted to talk. Oh, hold on. Hi.
They are interrupting you for no fucking reason. I was opining about the good old days of Twitch when you could just like jump into a random Discord and start talking to people. And then they told me that you were crying and that you wanted to talk to me.
So, in other words, they're lying to us. And they,
yes. They're trying to get us to talk to each other. If there's something specifically that you want to talk about, I guess I'm here now. But
I have nothing, man. I wasn't.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm
also,
sorry,
why are
dude.
you saying that I'm banned from Twitch?
Because I was asking, did he get banned again? And they're like, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm not banned from anything. Okay. So everything is chill. Everything is good. All right.
Okay.
They have just interrupted your stream for nothing. What
man,
did you
look, I
What did you
wasn't-
think about the we must kill them? Are you?
Oh,
on
did you read the article?
I haven't yet. I was thinking about reading it.
You should. I think that it. Hold on. Look, I'm gonna pop this out so people can actually see something. So rather than seeing my starting soon screen here, and hearing us, give me a second, please.
You're fine. Yeah, I guess I'll turn on my camera. I guess if these people really need that sort of thing, Jesus Christ.
Okay, if we're doing this, let's do this because I did read it. We read it. We went over it today, and I think it's well, once you get your camera on, I'll talk.
Yeah, give me 1 sec. Pop out.
Give him a minute, gang. Tech is hard.
Tech is hard. You know what? You go ahead. If you've got my, oh, you don't have my camera. That's why you're waiting.
I have me though.
Yeah, give me. Let's do this. Start virtual camera. Howdy.
Beautiful, beautiful discussion. Okay, let me get it so we're both here. And I think we're set. So, you know me. I'm a very big opponent of political violence. I don't like political violence. I think a lot of people that are calling for political violence are doing it because they're stupid and mean and hateful. And this is coming from a place of hate. They don't want to actually fix anything. They just hate their opponents and they want to hurt them. And a lot of people will call for political violence through there. However, I read Nicholas Decker's piece. And again, when I was first drawing my attention to it, I was like, oh, it's just going to be another one of these, right? It was not. I thought it was well argued. I thought it was well written. And it dealt with the subject with a level of gravitas that I thought merited an actual discussion and a response. Now, to be clear, I think that he overplays his hand. I think that he posits a scenario that we aren't there yet. Or I think he posits a scenario that does not exist yet. We are on trajectory towards that, perhaps, but we are not even near there. And I think that he undersells some of the other solutions that we have to this problem. I do think it was irresponsible of him to put this out because a lot of people who are less serious than him are going to take these words and use it and run with it to promote their hate shit. But I do think, again, it was worth a response and it was worth actually going over. It's a short article. It's not very long at all. You can probably get through it in 10 minutes if you don't pause a lot. But yeah, it's definitely worth reading.
So were you moved over to the position that there is a certain point at which you think?
Well, that's always been my position.
Sure. Do you think that we're closer to it now? Or
Are
did
we
that
closer to it now?
Well,
yes.
did the article move you in that direction?
No. But it did. It did showcase, I think, that we have moved to a position where I think serious people are now at least talking. Does that make sense? We are in a position where there are people who would normally not even discuss it, right? Who wouldn't be part of the mob or whatever chanting, oh, hang Mike Pence or Luigi was based or whatever. That there are more serious people at least asking the question, which is its own sort of terrifying.
Yeah, I think that where we're at right now, I think that reasonable people are going to start asking the questions that the unreasonable people were asking before. And that's going to make a lot of the discussions that we've had for the past couple of years really difficult to have going forward. Because I know that you and I know that me have been very staunchly anti-political violence, extremist action, stuff like that. But we are now at the moment that we had argued that it's, there is a point where go time is go, it's time for it. It's time to go. And
yeah,
I'm sorry,
go ahead.
further along that this goes without any kind of pushback, because it can't be pushback from Democrats. Republicans are going to have to push back on their own. Republicans are going to have to talk to their family members. They're going to have to talk to people in their communities, their friends who are Trump voters. And they're going to have to tell them, hey, this is actually too far. This is they're deporting people for violating First Amendment stuff. They're deporting people with no due process. They're destroying the economy with no clear end goal or strategy along the way. They're having to corner Trump in the Oval Office while other aides are in meetings on the other side of the White House so they can convince him to roll back the tariffs and tweet it out fast enough for that other guy to, still be in his
Navarro,
meeting.
yeah.
Like this is where we're at right now. And it's going to take either, I don't know what the line is, because conservatives were ready to murder Democrats over, drag queen story time. They were showing up with guns, right? What is the line for blatantly defying court orders? At what point? So my message is Republicans need to talk to their fucking family members, and they need to tell them, like, hey, this needs to stop. We need to start speaking out against it.
So 3 things, okay? And I'm going to go in the reverse order. So the first of all, one of the things that I have noticed, and this gives me hope, is that there are Republicans, Trump voters, people who voted for Trump both times, who are saying, whoa, wait a minute, this isn't okay. I'm not okay with this. I'll give you an example. Drone Tech, pretty MAGA guy, right?
I know Drone Tech well.
Yeah. He's like, no, I don't support the way they're doing these deportations at all. This is crazy. What are they saying? Like, he's criticized a lot of the weirdos on Twitter who've been saying, and when I say weirdos on Twitter, I mean people with like hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter who are saying things like, oh, it's time to dissolve the Supreme Court and things like that, because there are some MAGA supporters who are saying that.
They're mad
and
at
he's like,
Amy
no,
Coney
this
Barrett.
isn't okay. This isn't okay. I see people like Douglas Murray push against the crazies on their side. I see people like
Richard
Hanania, right, saying, I regret my vote. And I've heard from several Trump voters who do tell me that they regret their vote because they didn't think he was going to do all this crazy. So that gives me hope. I hope it continues. And I think that as things get worse, they have the ability to get better, because once Trump loses enough support that Congress turns on him, I think that's it. Right now, he's fighting with the courts. But if he had to fight with the courts in Congress, I think I just don't think he wins that fight. He might with the courts, but I don't think he wins both. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't know. I've been like pretty disappointed with the lack of moral consistency, or just like any consistency from conservatives. Like, if I see people in your chat here, 1 second, where did it go? Oh fuck. Of course, now it becomes impossible to find. The LARP is strong in here, and don't ask for go time unless you're ready to go away yourself. Like, I don't think people are appropriately appreciating the moment that we're in. It is at the, maybe not like immediately, like we need to arm up and start marching right this second, but we're at the point where we're looking at the end of the democracy. We are looking at that doesn't mean that we're all going to be, wearing gray jumpsuits and being beaten with truncheons in the street by SS officers, right? It just means that what America was and what America stood for is no more. That, right? It doesn't mean that everyone's life instantly gets worse. It means that for the past 250 years, we've had a system of governance where the people vote for representatives, and those representatives make decisions. And, we disagree on policy, but we generally want things to get better for, everyone in the country. Right now, we're looking at Republicans trying to seize as much power as possible so that they can do what they want to do. I don't want to live in that country. I want to fight and die for stupid, tiny little policy wins. All right. I want to fight and die for stupid little budget adjustments. I don't want to have to fight and die for my country. All right.
So I'm going to read you the last line of this essay because the second point I had, and I think we're there now, is he does give some lines that this gentleman Decker says are lines for him, and he lists them out, right? And I'll just list them real quick. If the president administration should cancel elections, and yeah, if they cancel elections, I think that's time. Okay, yeah, let's go, right? If it should engage in fraud in the electoral process. If it should suppress the speech of its opponents and jail its political adversaries, if it ignores the wills of Congress, if it should directly spurn the orders of the court. And those are the reasons he lists as reasons for revolution. He ends with this. And this line, I think, as you read it, I think it's an interesting line to end on. He says this: "This evil will not pass without blood, sweat, toil, and tears. So harden your hearts and be prepared to die."
That is the only line from the entire thing that I saw, because I scrolled to the bottom and I saw that. I was like, Jesus, okay, well, I guess we're going to see some crazy shit in this one.
But it's laid out with such brevity and such clarity that, again, as I said before, I don't agree with his premise. I don't agree with the setting he's made, and I don't agree with his proposal. I don't think we're anywhere near where he says we are. But it is an interesting question, and it does deserve a response. You don't think we're near, though? Huh?
You don't think we're near? What do you think would be?
I think that we have a host of options before us to redress the harms that this country, this administration is doing that fall far short of open rebellion or revolution. I think that we are currently going through the courts. I think that Congress will step up. I think that the voters will have a chance to push him out. Yeah, I just don't think we're near the revolution.
I don't think that we're like, to be clear, I don't think that this is happening or is guaranteed to happen in the near future. I'm saying that we're at the point where the questions that would need to be asked are being asked. Yeah. When the things that would need to happen for us to start having those alarm bells, those are actually happening now. Whereas in the past, we've poo-pooed and said, you're freaking out over nothing. There is no transgenocide, blah, 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 stuff like that, right? There was always the, like, if this happened, if that happened, then, this is an acceptable response. It's just like people need to recognize we're at that point where those questions, those preconditions are starting to be asked, and we have to fight like hell so that we don't have to fight like hell.
So one of the things I said earlier to my audience, I'm not sure you were here for yet, but one of the things I said to my audience is that I used to scold people like Josiah. I used to scold people like Pisco. I used to scold others for saying Trump's going to destroy the Constitution. Trump's going to violate the courts. Trump's going to be all this, that, and the other. I was like, oh, you're being hyperbolic. I don't like the guy. He's going to pass policies I don't like, and I'm going to oppose politically. But come on, calm down. And I remember saying that. I'd be like, calm down. You're being hyperbolic. This is silly. And boy, oh boy, have I had to eat my words. I've had to be like, okay, no, maybe you had a point. It's like you talked about how we can't have the same conversations we used to have in the same way we had, and I think we're already there. I think we are at the point where I can't just dismiss out of hand someone coming to my chat and saying, I think that our Constitution's in real danger. I can't dismiss that out of hand. I remember after the election, right after November 4th or whatever, when I had a call-in show, and there's a gentleman, and I forget his name, and I wish I could remember because I'd like to apologize to him. But there's a man who came on my show, and he expressed worry because he had a lot of immigrant friends that he felt were going to be deported to a concentration camp. And he was talking about hiding his friends in his attic and taking arms against ICE when they came to get his friends.
But you feel like a real asshole now. You got his friends deported to that fucking CCOT place. They're fucking getting tortured right now in El Salvador.
And
it's your fucking fault because you didn't let him
crazy.
prepare. You didn't let him prepare. And now who could be Anne Frank under his fucking floorboards is now, Anne Frank after the floorboards. And it's all your fault.
It probably, look, again, I was telling this guy, I was making fun of this guy, being like, that's crazy. He'd never do that. That's an insane thing to say. And I look back on my conversation there, and I was like, man, oh man, this guy picked it.
It's like the Trump administration is a psyop, built so people like you and me look like retards when we tell everyone not to say oh, they're fascists. Oh, they're Nazis. Oh, they're fascists. Oh, they're Nazis. It's like a psyop specifically made to make us look retarded for saying, hey, this is a little bit unhinged. Yeah. This is a little bit crazy. But I'm not gonna sit there and berate people anymore that have these opinions that oh, things are really bad, because now we're at the bad times. Now we're at the bad times, and it's time we everybody recognize that, even the fucking centrists, even the center-right Republicans that voted for Trump and thought it would just be not as bad as voting for Kamala or Hillary or whoever the fuck they refused to vote for instead of Trump. We're at a crossroad, folks. It's real bad. And if you care about anything to do with your country, if you care about politics, if you care about any of the issues that we talk about on stream, then it's I'm probably going to retire streaming in totality sometime in the next 3 to 4 months, because I'm not talking about politics anymore. I'm going out and I'm going to do it, right? It's time for people to put up or shut up. We got to fight so that actual fighting doesn't happen.
Kamikaze says this: let's be honest, Sondsol. You make yourself look retarded without any need for help.
Yeah, no, that's because I'm a retard. Congratulations. You've cracked the code.
I do think that we do need both, right? We need people to inspire those to get involved, and we need people to get involved, and hopefully both. People can be both. You can be someone who inspires people while getting involved yourself. It's hard though. It is hard because I don't want to always talk about Trump. I don't always want to be doom and gloom. I find it boring. But it's necessary because he's every day coming up with new crazy things that he's doing. And again, I think that if we're not talking about him literally ignoring the Supreme Court, violating the Supreme Court, which is happening now, I don't know. I just don't know.
Yep. We do need people that are going to inspire people to go out, and we need people who are going to go out. That's absolutely true. We need people to recognize the moment that we're in. That is the most important thing. Recognizing the moment that we're in and actually going out, because we treat this it's drama slop. But I live in DC, and I am witnessing with mine own 2 eyes, not even people that I personally know, just people whose lives are getting ruined right now for no discernible fucking reason. And and these are the conservatives in your Discord You've seen the things that I've said in our group chat on Twitter, the absolutely unconscionable, fucking disgusting, vile things that I've said. Because if you're a hardcore Trump person right now, you literally have worse behavior than the Nazis that we've argued against for the past 5 years. I've never felt such visceral fucking anger for anyone in my entire life for the unbelievable level of grotesque like cruelty worship that you fucking people do. It is actually unconscionable. The people that do that need to Aaron Bushnell right now.
Hold on. Okay,
no one will miss
so
you.
Let's not go too far with that. But I will say this: the worst thing, or one of the worst things that I've seen that this do is, and I said this before, but I'll repeat it: the celebration of cruelty. It is now the thing. A lot of people don't just not mind that the policies that Trump's putting in place are hurting people. It actively engages them and makes them happy. The cruelty, I used to make fun of people when they said this, but it's just true now. The cruelty is the point. So.
Sorry, I had to take care of something. But yeah.
But,
anyways, sorry for my soy rant and all that. Sorry to interrupt your show and all of that. Anything else that you want to talk about?
Man, I don't know. What about you?
You hear about this Oblivion remake?
My kind chatters bought it for me.
Oh, look at that.
After I'm done here, I'm going to go reinstall that and play it.
Did you ever play Oblivion back in the day, or?
I played Morrowind, I played Oblivion, I played Skyrim. Oblivion was my favorite of the three.
Yeah, that was my first
I played Daggerfall,
RPG
but I didn't
like
like
that
as much. But,
yeah, Daggerfall is unplayable. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to get back to this. Oh, yeah.
Oh, before you go. What do you think about the RFK Jr.'s autism registry they got going on? Guys, this is a real thing. The RFK Jr. Has decided that he is going to create a registry of diseases and people with diseases, and he is going to put people with autism on a registry, on a government database. You gonna have fun in the autism camps, brother?
I know that when they open up Switch, I'm going to be the first in line because I'm the kind of autistic that sits in his kitchen and flaps his arms like a bird while his chicken nuggets are frying in the air fryer. So I know that I'm first in line.
You're on the list.
I know that my life is on the line, and I will fight like hell. I will claw my way up from hell. Okay, if I get sent to the Switch. Okay.
Hey, you're going there. We will make a memorial for you, right? As one of the few people who stream that doesn't have any kind of ism, except for racism, gang, and sexism. But no,
you have to make sure everybody says something. Everyone has to say at least one nice thing about me, and it has to be like really heartfelt. And you have to make me like look cool and seem cool when you're giving my eulogy.
It'll be
you can give one of the eulogy.
Very tasteful statue.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. Well,
anyway,
I will catch
buddy.
you later.
We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Let's see here. I might have accidentally towed the line on some TOS there. That's my fault. Okay, so we have the pussification of games. Give me 1 second. My girlfriend got home while I was talking to Wick, so I'm going to very quickly go and say hi to her. Did I get rid of my background music tab again? I didn't. All right, be right back. Oh, Parallax. Uh-oh. Can I mention at your eulogy that why'd you spell it like that? Eulogy? That you probably died to a life mechanic that was super simple to figure out and may have been able to overcome with Brightness? Yeah, reword that in a funnier way, okay? Reword that in a funnier way. I'll be right back. Oh, Wick just raided in with 25 viewers? Wow, that's crazy because I just got back from my bathroom break. All right. He had to get his prostate milk? That's exactly what happened. And it was a good yield. Just so everybody knows. Yeah, so you guys just got here from Wick, so you guys just saw me talking to Wick. We're doing the new Oblivion game. I'm high. So, so you want Trump to say a logger the 2028? Yeah, that's exactly what I want. King Trump for life. Astute observation. Was there something that we said that we were going to watch? Do I have something loaded up? Or, yeah, the pussification of games. That's right. All right, I guess we're going to watch this for lack of anything else, unless anybody in chat has something more directly related to stuff that we are having to suffer through in the world right now. Let's see here. And then we'll also do this and this and this and that. Why must my computer make my life so fucking difficult? Make my life so fucking difficult. Jesus fucking Christ. Get this. And then get that. Ugh. Ugh. That's hot. Okay. Man, frame rate for you guys pretty ass, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Okay, let's watch this.
Of video games that has happened the past 20 years. Is it a soy-based diet doing this? Is it the rise of OnlyFans simping doing
hold on. Internet gas. Is this a meme video? Because if it is, I don't want to watch
this. If you have recently had the thought, I wonder what new pumpkin-flavored items Trader Joe's has, be careful, my brother in Christ, you might be gay now. But if there's one thing that is straight as hell, it's the rock-solid video games of the 2000s.
Do we have to watch this shit, dude? Is this...
Today, I want to talk about the great pussification of video games that has happened in the past 20 years.
Was there even like a consistent like through line to that thought? Or did he just like say a bunch of weird shit?
Years. Is it a soy-based diet doing this? Is it the rise of OnlyFans simping doing this? If you have recently had the thought, I wonder what new pumpkin-flavored items Trader Joe's has, be careful, my brother in Christ, you might be gay now. But if there's one thing that is straight as hell, it's the rock-solid video games of the 2000s. Your Gears of War, your Medals of Honor, your Chronicles of Riddicks. These games were masculine as hell, and we want them back, and we're boycotting video games until they come back. I recently saw this...
You're not going to get another Gears of War that comes out right now that people want. I'm sorry, I grew up at that time. That was very of its time. Okay, I think it might be one of those cringe gamers that thinks games were better back in the Modern Warfare 2 days. I would make that argument, but not for the reasons that he's making. I think that there was something to the creative liberties that went on back in the, like, you know, I guess like from the 80s until 2012. Like around the time when they started figuring out that you can make continuous money from a video game by making it a service, is around the time that video games just like stopped. I don't think that I've played a fun video game, like a game that I just want to keep going back to, from a like huge developer. I can't think of one. Looks at Doom, Visible Confusion. Oh, well, to be fair, I haven't played Doom. Doom probably would have done pretty good back in 2005 to 2012. Doom probably would have done really well back then.
Disappointing photo of Phil Spencer being pushed out of the photo by two domineering girl bosses who are probably unfulfilled because they're trying to succeed in the corporate world instead of having children at home like God designed them to. And don't you love Phil's cute little Doom shirt? Like, hey guys, I'm still one of the bros, right? Look, like, we can still hang, right? Nah, Phil, you're trash. You got cucked, dude. You're useless. So I have found that there are still people out there who deny the simple fact that
Also, I've recently been on a Gears of War kick. I love Gears of War. It's probably my favorite Xbox game franchise. It's definitely my favorite shooter franchise, I think. There's just not a game with the Gears of War label on it that is below a 7. And that would be like their worst game ever. They're just good fucking games. I don't know why people freaked out about the girl being the main character. It makes sense why the story became about her after the end of Gears 4. You know? Like, this is an example of them just writing a girl character that makes sense, but I think that the only reason that this character, because I can't speak for all of them. I'm not like a mega gamer, right? I don't play all of the games that everybody freaks the fuck out over. But like this one right here, the other ones, maybe they were all Mary Sue's and shit. I didn't get Mary Sue from her. This is just a decently written character that subverted expectations because we expected the, you know, strong chiseled jaw blonde guy to be the main character. What games are I think game companies need to crash, and in about 5 years time people will like games again. I never minded some woke stuff in games, but now I just try and avoid buying those games. Like, yeah, what games are those? Because it's not the It's not the wokeness that kills games for me. It's the games as a service thing that kills games for me. It's the soullessness of games. I spent money to buy Helldivers, and I got through like one match, and then the format of every single fucking game having like a hub world, and then you have to go and play online with other people, and it's I miss when we could just have a game that had a story to it and a single player or like a couch co-op experience. I miss that. It might not have been better, but it was certainly an experience that you can't easily replicate nowadays. There's a ton of those. Yeah, couch co-op is dead. What are you fucking talking about? Unless you can, please enlighten me. You said co-op games? I thought that I explicitly said couch co-op because Acreal said couch co-op, but I thought that I said it. But yeah, I'm talking about like couch co-op. There's tons of co-op games, but I don't want that like MMO experience. It feels like every big game that comes out has this MMO experience to it. Fortnite, you know, every new fucking Call of Duty, you know, that new game that came out that had split screen. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyways, yeah, I feel like, I don't know why people like freaked out so much over games, because I played games since I cannot remember not playing video games. There wasn't like a moment where I was like, oh, now I'm allowed to play video games. I came out, you know, I hit the ground running. Okay. Split fiction. Why would that be couch co-op? Anyways, Fortnite isn't an MMO. Half the players are bots. Is that really true? Yeah, anyways, I grew up in the same like time period and like the same cohort of people that were playing on Xbox in high school during the height of Xbox Live on the Xbox 360. And it's just like, this shit don't affect me like that. And all my friends who were like even sweatier nerds than I am, you know, they don't get super freaked out about the soy or the woke in video games. Like there's certain specific things that might rub us the wrong way one way or another, but this is for like everything, and for to like make your personality like angry over video games is very weird to me still.
Games have gone woke, homo, and gay in 2024. So in this video, I'm going to literally prove it to you using science. What we will do is read the back of the box description of 6 random games from 2024, and then we will read the back of the box descriptions of 6 random games from the 2000s. And if what I'm saying is true...
You play that new Schedule 1 game? I don't know what that is. 2000s, and then we have 2024. I'm sorry, wait a second. I don't know the answer. What games released in 2024? Also, notice this. He says 2000s. So basically from the year 2000 until, I don't know when he cuts it off. He says 2000s. So let's say 2000 to 2010. Okay. And then, so all of the best games of a decade, and then you have 2024. The Deus Ex remake was fucking garbage. Is that the remake? It's small and I need glasses, and I don't know cover art for games. I've never even heard of the Chronicles of Riddick game. or the Brothers in Arms. I don't know what that is. Riders of Hell? And then we've got Magical Delicacy here. Never heard of that one. Never heard of the Creatures. I don't know what that one is. Dungeons of Hinterberg, Flock, Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, and Chia. Hey, Watsaku, how's it going, my dude? Yeah, it doesn't... Also, didn't everybody love the Indiana Jones game? Let's see here. What else was like... Didn't a lot of people like Star Wars Outlaws? Space Marine 2 came out. Helldivers 2 came out. He really did cherry pick the fuck out of 2020. I've never heard of any of these games. I can see so many games up here that were highly regarded that I've never touched. Let's keep going, I guess. I think we're getting to our early Christmas present. How did you know? No, we're just chilling. Balatro. What the fuck is Balatro? Because I've seen people talk about that so fucking much. Roguelike deck building game. Yeah, miss me with that cringe shit. I just can't stand card games. But anyways, let's see where he goes. Maybe, listen, let's let the man cook. Let's let the fucking guy cook. Why not?
True, we should notice a feminization, a pussification, a gayification of video games that has happened the past 20 years. And before you bring up that video games don't...
Hey, internet gas, if you're still in chat, this doesn't have any slurs in it, right?
Don't have boxes anymore in 2024. Calm your tits. You know what I mean. So to find 6 modern games, I didn't have to look very far. I literally just went to the front page of Xbox Game Pass and found these games. This is clearly what Phil and his team of homos actually expect. So to find 6 modern games, I didn't have to look very far. I literally just went to the front page of Xbox Game Pass and found these.
Hold on. He didn't even choose the top trending games. Wait a second. He didn't even choose the trending games. So he went to Game Pass and went to recently added. These are the options that show up for us on recently added when we show up. Tim Popo, Crime Scene Cleaner. They've got Oblivion because that was released today, so of course. SpongeBob SquarePants, Patrick Starr's game, Grand Theft Auto 5 Legacy, Grand Theft Auto 5 Enhanced, Hunt Showdown, Blueprints, Call of Duty Warzone, okay, Commando's Origin, in parentheses, Win, Diablo 3, and South of Midnight. He just went to the recently added. He didn't even go to the, like, picks for you, games that he might like. Or, let's see if there's, a trending now, right? Is there a most popular? You bet your ass there is. There's a million different things he could have done, but he didn't. He chose the recently added.
Games. This is clearly what Phil and his team of homos actually expects us men to play. Here they are: Creatures of Ava, Dungeons of Hinterberg, Flintlock Siege of Dawn, Flock, Magical Delicacy, and Chia. Now you might say, oh, Andrew, you're specific.
This video is 14 minutes and 34 seconds long. This guy has 207,000 subscribers. He made a nearly 15-minute long video to show that video games have gotten worse since the 2010s by picking a series of how many? 6 games. 6 of the, in his opinion, best games from an entire decade versus 6 games from 2024 that happened to be released near the time that he made this video. Just a heads up, the Steed is the best star to be born under because it raises the cap on your base speed. Oh. I was in between these two. So I dislike about the new anti-woke crowd, they're just grifting. Hey, King Trump for life. The secret is out. They were always grifting. Atronak is the best. I'm in between these two. I'm going to be doing like sword and board. 50% magic absorption is pretty OP.
You're specifically picking out games aimed at children. No, dude, I'm literally just going to the front page of Game Pass, and these are 6 games featured on the front page of Game Pass. Also, side note, isn't it weird that these pedo developers are always making games aimed at kids? But that's a whole other thing I'm not going to get into right now. All right, so what games from the 2000s should we compare these with? These are 6 kind of random games that I just happened to pull off the shelf without thinking too much about.
He didn't pick the best games. He picked random games. That's why the Chronicles of Riddick were in there. Okay.
Got it. They are Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30, Ride to Hell Retribution, Modern Warfare 2, Dark Sector, Deus Ex Human Revolution, Chronicles of Riddick, Assault on Dark Athena.
Yes, I have heard of 2 of these games. Are the other ones critically acclaimed?
And again, all I'm going to do here is read the descriptions and we will compare. 2024 Creatures of Ava. Let your empathy guide you as you play an exciting action-adventure creature saver game.
Don't like it, don't play it. If you don't like it, don't play it. I hate watching these people because, oh shit. Okay, are you going to attack me? I didn't mean to hit him. There we go. What was I about to say? Shit. Oh yeah, I hate watching these guys because like the responses I'm going to give are the responses that everybody has given for the past 10 years since Gamergate like first popped off. Like, get the fuck over it. Don't like it, don't play it. It's very easy, very simple. I don't think that people should be going through life with such difficulty. You know? There's just no reason for it. Oh, shit. Okay, cool. Health potions? Okay, cool. The problem is they're no longer buying these games. What do you mean they're not? Ugly women shouldn't be in games. Why do you care that much? Like, don't get me wrong. I would prefer, you know, a protagonist that's a woman to be attractive because you have to look at that all the time. But it's not going to affect the gameplay, and it's not going to affect the story if she's ugly, unless that's like a story beat. So, to me, the realest answer you can give them is to stop demonizing college, go into game development, and bring your culture of what your game should be with it. like, yeah, like people could just like make games. Like, I wish that video games didn't have to be the cultural fucking battleground that it is. It's just kind of fucking lame. Visual capitalist. Here. Let's see. What is this? 50 years of video game revenue. 1971, arcades adopt video games with early classics like Computer, Space, and Pong. 77, the Atari 2600 is released, bringing Space Invaders and Pac-Man into homes with swappable game cartridges. I have those right back there. Damn. Look at mobile. Jesus Christ. That's insane. Okay, keep going.
Understand and tame the creatures of Ava and let them lead you through a variety of ecosystems, all in the hopes of saving the planet from a life-consuming infection. I also found out that the two main characters of this game are, of course, homosexual black women because, 2024. Let your empathy guide you? Like, what the hell? I don't play video games to let my empathy guide me and, ooh, I want to be gay and collect creatures and, like, this game just sounds retarded, let's be honest. So now let's compare this with a game.
I just don't know if I can do it, guys. I just don't know if I can do it. Like, it seems... I feel like I'm above that. Right? Like, I'm not that important, and I don't really see myself as like above that much, but I'm above this. I'm above reading the words that are on the screen. I'm above listening to the words that he's saying. This is so fucking cringe. Horizon Zero Dawn Lego lost millions? Damn, dude. That's crazy. You're telling me that a Lego game based off of a video game probably didn't pull the numbers that Lego Star Wars did? That's crazy. That's actually fucking insane. Jesus. But I had so many gay characters. That can't be right. Oh my god, there's got to be something. Let me look at our content suggestions. Jesus Christ. Oh man, we need something else. This can't be how. This can't be how it goes. Surely it was too woke to make money. True. Hey, Acreal, you do stuff for the DNC, right? Can you shoot me a DM? I'm going to forget to DM you.
No one is texting war plans. He is also slamming the 3 top Pentagon advisors who were just fired amid a leak investigation. Advisors who raised concerns about the department under Hegseth's leadership. The defense secretary, in a new interview just this morning, appears to be directly accusing them of leaking the information and calling them, quote, disgruntled former employees, something one of those now former aides denies.
Did you leak classified information against the wishes of your superiors to media outlets?
Absolutely not.
Did you photograph classified material and then text pictures of that material to an NBC News reporter?
Absolutely not.
And now we are here today. CNN's Natasha Bertrand has the very latest, and Hegseth is now speaking out in probably like I would say the fullest comments yet.
Oh, hold on. We need to. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, he killed the Emperor. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Ah, dang. There could be a catch-22. I'm not sure about that one. 1 second.
We failed. The amulet. Where's the amulet of kings? It wasn't on the Emperor's body. Strange. He saw something in you. Trusted you. They say it's the dragon blood that flows through the veins of every septim. They see more than lesser men. The amulet of kings is a sacred symbol of the Empire. Most people think of the red dragon crown, but that's just jewelry. The amulet has power. Only a true heir of the blood can wear it, they say. He must have... Joffrey? Nothing... Although... First...
I'm so glad that they didn't fuck the dialogue system to what they did in what do you call it? Fallout 4. The dialogue system, even before I even knew about video game video essays where people trashed the dialogue system, before I was in any online communities at all, I got to the part where you got to interact with people in Fallout 4, and I stopped playing because the dialogue options were so fucking bad. The best character design was like a cute 80s alien girl, and that's so easy to do. Wait, oh, you talk about Concord. Okay, 1 second, let me see here.
I wasn't far off. In any case, rats and goblins won't give you any trouble.
This humble Legion soldier is at your service. How can I help a fellow citizen of the Empire?
It's so fucking good, dude.
There's evil afoot, citizen.
I fucking love that shit so fucking much. Oblivion was the first like video game RPG like this that I had ever played. It was certainly the first Bethesda game that I had ever played. I remember I poured hundreds of hours into into Oblivion when I first found it. I had this shitty little laptop. Mine was Morrowind. Yeah, no, when did the Xbox 360? ...2005, so I would have been 10. So I must have been like... yeah. 4th, maybe 5th grade. And I remember going over to my friend's house and playing Oblivion on his Xbox 360 for the first time and just being absolutely blown the fuck away. Just absolutely fucking gobsmacked. You guys, but Parallax, what age did I say I was when I started this story? What age did I say I was? Parallax? Did we blow each other? Did you hear what age I was in 2005? You fucking freak. I was recounting a memory from my childhood, from when I was in elementary school. I was reminiscing, and I kind of trailed off there, just kind of thinking about bygone years when things were better, you know? Instead, I get to look up and see some old freak, some old geriatric freak is asking if me at 10 years old blew my 10-year-old friend. You should feel ashamed. The real reason that there's big pauses because I'm high as fuck right now, dude. I'm actually chilling like a motherfucker. Okay, I want to get through. Okay, we're gonna. We were watching something a second ago. Were we not?
Regarding this second signal scandal, tell us more of what he.
Here, I'll start this over.
New pushback coming from Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. In summary, he is digging in. He is not denying that he shared plans, military plans, on a signal chat with his wife and brother about an operation to strike Houthis in Yemen, but he is denying that he shared any classified information and saying that no one is texting war plans. He is also slamming the 3 top Pentagon advisors who were just fired amid a leak investigation. Advisors who raised concerns about the department under Hegseth's leadership. The defense secretary, in a new interview just this morning, appears to be directly accusing them of leaking the information and calling them, quote, disgruntled former employees, something one of those now former aides denies.
Did you leak classified information against the wishes of your superiors to media outlets?
Absolutely not.
Did you photograph classified material and then text pictures of that material to an NBC News reporter?
Absolutely not.
And now we are here today. CNN's Natasha Bertrand has the very latest, and Hegseth is now speaking out in probably like I would say the fullest comments yet regarding this second signal scandal. Tell us more of what he's saying.
Kate, he remains extremely defiant, and he is doubling down on the idea that these 3 officials, 2 of whom have been his longtime advisors and friends, were actually leakers, and that in the process of an investigation that has been carried out over the last several weeks inside the Pentagon, it was determined that these individuals were leaking classified or sensitive information. Now, Dan Caldwell, who you just saw in that clip, in the broader interview, he said that none of them had even been polygraphed, and that until the very last day, just hours before they were actually escorted out of the building, they had access still to very sensitive classified information, which raises questions about the...
Okay, hold on. Wait a second.
The kind of probe that was being conducted across the department. Why would these individuals, if they were suspected of leaking classified information and then escorted out of the building, still be able to access that very classified information until just moments before they were ousted? Now, here's a little bit of what Hegseth told Fox, explaining his feeling that these actors are essentially trying to undermine him.
What was shared over Signal then and now, however...
He's so animated and so obviously fucking mad. Like, he's not even playing it off cool, man. You know? Like he's not playing this off well. He's coming off like a profoundly guilty guy. Like a profoundly guilty guy that knows that he's fucked. You know? You know, I feel bad. He didn't even aggress on me. I just walked up, I started fucking slashing him. He knows he fucked up bad. Yeah, exactly. Like that voice crack that we played 15 times earlier, like okay, let's see here.
However you characterize it, was informal, unclassified coordinations. In this point, those folks who were leaking, who have been pushed out of the building, are now attempting to leak and sabotage the president's agenda and what we're doing. And that's unfortunate. It's not what I do. It's not how we operate. And so you've got another allegation being pushed again, not based on how we're operating around here.
Now, again, this interview was a bit all over the place. On the one hand, he said that the investigation had led to these individuals being escorted out of the building. On the other hand, he said that the investigation could ultimately exonerate them. But one thing is clear, he is using them as a scapegoat for the larger story that has come out over the last day or so about how he did use a second signal chat to communicate with his wife, his brother, and his lawyer about sensitive military operations, something that we saw him do as well last month in another signal
Queen
group chat,
Jade
and that
Blue.
is now under investigation.
Wait, that's not no, it's not. Absolutely not. That's not the fucking Jade girl from fucking Destiny's old crew, right? I don't think so. He should just say, I fucked up. I spoke to Trump and he said, I will give you another chance, but you will be fired if something like this happens again. Well, this is the second time that this has happened, so. No, I'm just a rando. Okay. Yeah, there used to be a Jade that used to run in the same circles, so. But anyways, yeah, so he's this is not something, by the way, that would ever. Oh, hello, fucking Jesus Christ! It scared the fucking shit out of me. Why do I do so little fucking damage, dude? What the fuck? Damn. What was I just saying? I was in the middle of saying something. Oh yeah, this is not something that anybody in any other administration would get a pass on. This is like actually catastrophic shit. This is not something that people would ever come back from, ever. It's that bad of a fuck up. Hegseth has literally done one of the most embarrassing security breaches in living memory at this level. They didn't come from a leaker. They didn't come from... That was just the result of someone being fucking stupid. There is no world where... There's just like no world in any other administration where someone would walk away from that the first time with their job, let alone the second time.
By the DOD Inspector General. So he remains defiant, President Trump, for now, saying that he stands behind him. But Secretary Hegseth clearly trying to throw these former aides very much under the bus as he seeks to kind of explain away why he was on this signal chat with this information being shared about very sensitive military operations, Kate.
Natasha Bertrand, thank you, Natasha. John?
Mark Preston, CNN senior political analyst, joins us now from Washington. Don Bacon, maybe a viewer of Succession, suggesting that the defense secretary is not a serious person, Mark.
Well, I'll tell you what, as you talk about maybe the dam cracking right now, we could be seeing it right now. Don Bacon coming out, the first person really to come out and be
It looks the same, it feels the same. Mid idea to remaster it. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I am a little bit disappointed. It does look great. Not gonna lie, it does look great. But maybe once I get in somewhere. Wait, can I just like fast travel now? Doesn't look or feel the same. It kind of feels, but it's what it is. Okay, I can fast travel already. What's my favorite city? I always liked Bruma. That's why people need to reinstall the original and play it for a bit. Yeah. I mean, I can tell that it definitely looks better because I've seen some pictures from the old game earlier today. And it definitely looks better.
That's too bad. Okay.
The fuck was that? Okay. Yeah, it does look significantly better. It looks better than Skyrim ever did while I played it. And it's probably nostalgia that it feels like it looks better. I just want to explore for a minute, and then I gotta end stream because I'm hungry. Let's see here. Badass. Oh, you know what? I actually forgot to announce this. What I'm going to be eating for dinner is one of those there's like those like meal planning things that since you fully made, meals, you microwave them. I got sponsored by them. Well, they've been offering to sponsor me for a very, very, very long time, and I've never taken the sponsorship. But Allison, my girlfriend, said that she wanted to try it. I was like, I think I got a sponsorship from them. If you want to use the code, if you want to use the fucking code. So we're going to be doing a sponsored factor meal plan thing. Stream in the next couple of days. How's it going, 51 Bard? Man, you know what? There's been a couple of new names that I haven't seen in a... I'm dead. I can't believe I'm not dead. I'm just exploring. Have you still not looked up my stream to see what an absolute unit I am? Do you not remember the last time I tried to look up your stream? You were like, not... You had like no videos available? Let me see here. But yeah, I feel like I've seen quite a few names in here today that I haven't seen in a while. Why does this game feel so much floatier than the original did? Jesus. I feel like I'm walking up the side of a mountain just like flying up. Yeah, this does look significantly better. That's patently false. My VODs for years are up. Okay, I'm just thinking of someone else then, I guess. What about... All right, let's check out Breville. Breville's always gross.
Yes.
Oh wait, is that the interior of the town? Why did it load me in? Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely be playing some more of this.
Hail.
Jesus Christ.
Have pity, sir. I got nothing to eat.
Maybe run some Left 4 Dead back. When do you stream? We can make this happen. It'll be me, Watsaku, Parallax. All right. I'm sufficiently high and tired, and there's nothing else to talk about. I'm excited about Oblivion. I think what I want to do, especially in the period that we're in right now, like I was saying earlier, Wednesday nights, Thursday and Friday afternoons. It'd have to be Wednesday nights, unless Thursday, Friday afternoons means, message me on Discord. Okay, Jesus. Because of what I was talking about at the beginning of stream, when it comes to very likely or very possibly retiring from streaming in the next 3 to 4 months. That's not like a foregone conclusion. It's just what I assume is probably what's going to necessarily need to happen. But I want to still have, I like having stream. So like whether I do like pre-recorded content or I stream once every week or something, I don't know. Isn't this a hobby? Yes, but there are actual benefits for what I want to do with my life by holding on to this. How do I feel about Wonderwall? Like the song? I feel fine. It's an okay song. It's not good. Oh, Trump promises to punish people for free speech and then you quit streaming. Well, you weren't here for it, but the reason why is because it's just an assumption that I'm going to have to. I might not need to, but I assume that I'm going to need to. I've been in contact with some people that are like in the DNC. And I've set a timetable of about a year that it would take me to start working on either working on a campaign or working for the DNC in some capacity. Like that's the timetable I'm setting up. So if stream doesn't get in the way of that, then I'll absolutely keep on streaming. But I would like to not say that, when my country went and fell into fascism, that I talked about it while playing the remake of Oblivion, I'll write some failed streamer jokes ASAP. Yeah, L typo. Get fucked, loser. I'm not it's not happening yet though, okay? I still am working on getting on Tim Pools with formerly The Doghouse or the Vince Wilson Show. Oh, Nernroot. Cool. How are you going to convince the DNC to not talk about trans people in sports? I don't think that that's our main issue. I think our main issue is we have a bunch of fucking retards who think that they know better than literally everybody else about every single topic in this country while like mainlining ketamine. So I would say that that's probably a bigger issue to me than trans people in sports. In fact, trans people in sports is simply not an issue to me because I don't think about that. So also platforming Hassan. Well, anyways, yeah, I think that's it for me today, folks. I love you guys very much. Is it, hold on. Let me see something really quick. Are we, it would be the nice thing to do to raid these people all you nice people out. The general public thinks about it. I think that the general public probably thinks more about their 401k getting raped by your guy. We're gonna keep on propping up. We're single-handedly propping up this guy. Is it with a Z at the end? No, Pep. All right, folks. If you're watching on Twitch, we are rating to Pip Talks TV. I haven't heard anything bad about him, so I'm going to assume that he's a good dude. We've been rating into him for the past couple of weeks. He seems to not have said anything super crazy yet. So go over there, be kind, be chill. If you're subbed to me on Twitch, hit him with a couple of these, hit him with a couple of those, and I will catch you guys later. Love ya.
By the way, guys, if you are enjoying the content, please leave a like on the
monumental change, even though the Republican
on the stream
Party,
free for you makes you awesome.
Conservatives inherently want to conserve what was.
I also really do appreciate you all being here.
And you know, these two people on screen right here, Caroline Levitt and Tim Pool, they are
huge raid party of 14. Hell yeah, man.
eroding the brain.
Sondsol, thank you.
They are dissolving the brains of American citizens, therefore eroding our institutions.
I
and we need to
appreciate it, man.
continue to push back relentlessly. We do that by building a meaner, leaner, faster, more robust, a stronger media ecosystem on the left, so that we are able to debate them, to fight back. When a Pete Hegseth story breaks, inevitably, the third version of Signalgate, we are able to inject it into the feeds of Americans before Trump's propaganda is. And that's what we've been doing every day. So thank you guys. We have built something beautiful here because of you. So make sure you drop a like, subscribe.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Continue to build, and we will regain power. Peace out.
Peace out. Glad that one made a comeback, because honestly, that one never left my lexicon. I've been saying peace out.